I know you've heard how hard Contra is, but I'm going to show you how to beat it without dying once. The key, really, is to get the spread gun and then don't lose it, because once you lose it, you lose a lot of your advantage. There's not much strategy to the first level. This first level is really just going through, killing the enemies, and not dying, right? It's pretty predictable, so each time you play, you get a little bit better. First thing you really want to do is get this spread shot right here. Once you have that, hopefully you have it for the rest of the game, because if you don't, it's going to be a lot harder. So those cannons, you can see, only shoot in a straight line, so if you get in between their line of sight, you don't have to worry about them hitting you. Same with those guns, you could just duck down. If you did not have the spread gun yet, if you shoot that power up down there, it's actually another spread gun, so it's a nice little backup for you. And then here you can get the R power up, which basically just lets you shoot any weapon that you have faster. And faster means more bullets means more things die, so pretty beneficial. So we're coming up towards the end of the level. The first thing you want to do is kill this turret down here at the bottom, and then jump back up to the top so you can take out the soldier on the top of the boss. Once he's out, you can stand on the back edge of this platform and then just take out the guns because they can't hit you. Once they're gone, the boss has no attack, so you just get up close and shoot the door. So now, as we go into level 2 is one of the vertical missions. It's pretty simple. You just want to stand in the center and kill that sensor. Here, you're gonna kill the gun that's on the right-hand side, and then scroll back across while you're shooting to take out the sensor on the left side. This one's really, again, just memory. It's really easy to, once you remember what to do. In here, you don't even really have to take out those guns. You can just duck and shoot that crystal, and or that sensor, and it's gonna go away. Same with this one. There's a gun up top, but you don't have to kill it. If you stand to the side like this, it can't shoot you. So that makes it super easy, and you can use that trick pretty much any time those wall guns are present. The biggest hazard is those bombs that they throw, because you got to avoid them. And then you also do not want to pick up the power-up, that F power-up there. So in this boss, if you stand right about here, you're not going to get hit by any of the bullets, so you can just take out the turret above you as long as you're standing in that spot. So you're going to do that to both sides. I'm a little nervous. I wasn't sure I had the positioning right. If you do it right, you can get 2 bullets on it per shot. This boss, if you have the spread gun, there's nothing to worry about. Your bullets are going to take out its shots, and then you just keep shooting. If your bullets miss the shots, then just sidestep it, let it go by you, and keep shooting the whole way. So level 3, the waterfall level, you're just going to continuously jump towards the top until you get to the end of the stage. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it, but there's a lot of randomness that can cause problems. These enemies pop out from the side of the screen, some of them in front of you, some of them behind you, and sometimes they have guns and sometimes they don't, so it's really, really important that you take your time when you're going through here. Remember, Contra doesn't have a time limit, so you can honestly take as long as you want. Sometimes the longer the better. Those 2 power-ups there, if you get the one on the left, that's actually an invincibility power-up, which can be super helpful to get you up the hill quickly. But I missed it in this situation, so I wasn't able to get it. One of the big hazards in this level is if you fall down and there's no platform beneath you, you just die. So you got to make sure that you're timing your jumps properly and you're making sure that there's a platform for you to jump onto before you jump. Those little scuba diver guys there shooting the bombs, they're not going to pop up until you pass them. One thing you can do is if you jump up and move them out of screen, they'll no longer be able to shoot you. So they'll just stop shooting. As we're coming up to the top, we're almost towards the end. You do not want to pick up that machine gun because you want to keep the spread. Here, really, it's just a series of jumps where you take out the enemies along the way until you get to the boss. There's not really much danger here. When you get to the boss, you want to clear out any remaining enemies and then get to this far right side and get as close to that side as you can and just shoot up as quickly as you can so you can take out that first arm. If you're over there on that left side, that right side, that right arm cannot hit you. So the only thing you have to worry about is avoiding the projectile from the left side and from the mouth. Once they're both gone, you can do the same trick. You just stand just outside of the range of the bullets and just shoot up, and eventually it's gonna die. Now, we have one more of those base levels. This one's slightly harder than the first one, but once you get the hang of it again, if you stand in the center here, you're not going to get hit by those bullets from those two guns. Every once in a while it will shoot inwards towards you, but it's usually you can kill the sensor before that happens. So here, again, you just keep dropping down. Nothing can shoot you while you're on the ground except for the bombs that they throw. So if you see those bombs coming at you, you gotta make sure you get out of the way quickly. This level, you're gonna stand off center, ignore the gun, and just take out the two sensors to move forward. Here, again, the gun is up top, so you don't even have to worry about it. Just duck down and keep shooting. And eventually both sensors go. The nice thing is when you kill both sensors, everything despawns, even the bullets from the enemies. So you don't have to worry about getting hit. Now, that is a power-up that you do want to get. That will make your spread shot shoot faster, so you can hit the button more quickly. This one can be a little difficult, but all you have to do is drop down, take out those rolling pins, and then pop back up and keep shooting. And then again here, you just want to take out the enemies, avoid the bullets, and then jump and shoot that sensor. Again, watch out for that power-up, you do not want to get that. And then here, you may think you can just ignore those guns, but it just ends up being too much coming at you. So for here, just again, get off center and just keep shooting that sensor in the middle. And then we're going to face the boss. This boss is pretty similar to the last one, but it's going to spawn these red enemies who are going to shoot at you. They're really the threat. The blue ones don't shoot, they just jump down at you, so you really don't even have to worry about them. Once you get to the final phase, you're going to see that these heads are going to start shooting these red and blue bubbles. They're going to seek you, but you should be able to take them out with your spread shot. But if one gets by, just jump over it and let it fly away. And then before you know it, you'll be on to the next level. Here we go. On to the snow stage. Now you don't have to, the hardest part in this level is these explosions, these bombs that are being thrown. You have to really be careful because not only do they have an area in which they explode, but they kind of, the hitbox stays around longer than you would expect it to, so you really have to make sure you steer clear of those. this guy can be troublesome. If you jump down there too quickly, he's going to shoot you as soon as you fall. So you don't want to do that. And again, keep watching behind you for any enemies that might spawn behind you. I like to stay towards the top, even though those bombs are up there. They're very predictable because they keep happening within a common interval. If you get that power up, it kills everything on the screen. Now this guy will get you if you don't time it properly. So you want to let him shoot before you jump. And then you're on to the 2 mini bosses in this round. What you're going to do with them is go all the way back to the left and then just turn around, and his bullets are going to barely miss you. And then you just keep shooting until he's gone. You're going to go a little further, and then there's another one of those carb enemies that you do the exact same thing to. So you want to walk forward enough so that it spawns, go all the way back to the left, turn around, and shoot. There we go. Now you're going to get a few of these cannon guys that are just going to pop up on the edge of the screen. Be careful, be ready for them, because they can catch you off guard. And when they do, they're gonna hit you with a shot, and you're going to end up dying. Just like that one. That one's tough, because if you lay down at the wrong time, you'll get hit by those bombs as well. This is probably the easiest boss in the game if you have the spread gun. Just stand a little off-center there, shoot up in the air, and before he can even hit you, he's going to be dead. There we go. Now we only have 2 more levels left. I think this level 7 is probably the most difficult level in the entire game. There's a couple treacherous jumps in here, and then there's also these spiked walls that pop up. So you got to be really careful of not moving too quickly. Most of those claws are just timed in a way that you can predict them. There's a few of them that are random, and I'll point those out when we get there. So here's where you're going to come across your first wall. You want to step off of that platform, not jump, because if you jump, you're going to run right into the wall. If you touch these spikes, it's an instant death. I'm going to jump to the top. It almost got me there. Here, you're going to go through this interval, but there's going to be another wall pop up, so you can't run through there. Once you get down here, you want to hop onto that. Well, it blew up, but if you hop onto this crate and jump up, you can get an invincibility power-up. It's super helpful to get through this level, because otherwise it's slow. It's not necessarily... once you get the timing down, it's not that bad, but it takes a little while to get used to. Now, I recommend taking this top route. If you go down the bottom, that's where those random claws are, and they'll drop at random intervals. And that last one will drop a bunch of times, and it can be really difficult. Be careful of these spiked walls up here. And again, like really, the key to this game is just not trying to go too quickly. Take your time. Make sure you see what's ahead of you. Here you're going to get another surprise spike wall, but it's going to be during these claws, so it's really difficult, but you have to make sure you just keep shooting. Again, you're going to get some of those surprise gunners that are going to pop up. They can be really dangerous. As soon as you jump up there, you want to duck as quickly as you can. Take out this second set, and I think the boss is next. Now this boss, if you have the spread gun, again, just run up to the door and shoot upwards, and you'll kill them before they even make a move. And now we're on to the final level. The final level is honestly not as hard as you would think it is once you get the hang of it. It might take you a couple of times, but you don't want these power-ups, because if you have the spread gun, that's all you need. This is a mini boss. You're just going to shoot the spawns that it shoots out of its mouth, and then in between you're just going to shoot the enemy. And everything's going to disappear. If you jump over the power-up, make sure you jump over. Now, these enemies are going to send out these white creatures. They're nice and slow and easy to shoot, but if you don't shoot them quick enough, they dart at you. So you want to get them down as quickly as possible. The key to killing these easier is they won't start shooting at you until you get to a certain range, and so you want to get just within range and then mow it down. So that way you don't have a bunch of them flying at you at the same time. These guys you don't even really have to kill, but it makes it a lot easier and you don't have to worry about anything. So you see, I'm gonna shoot these from a distance and then get that one just in range, take it out. Again, right here is towards the end of the level, so you want to go nice and slow because you want to take out everything that you can before you get to the boss, so there's nothing left behind to damage you. So I'm going to take out these two. And you're going to get these little alien creatures. Take them out. Now, you want to inch forward until you see that purple guy on the ground. Once you want to kill him before you initiate the boss, because he can make it much more difficult than it needs to be. So those are your priority. You want to make sure you get those guys up top. First, you want to kill the eggs at the bottom so it doesn't spawn the ones down there. And then make sure you're aware so you can avoid the creatures coming from the top. And when they're not around, just shoot the heart. So you're going to be alternating between shooting the heart and shooting the enemies falling from the ceiling. And before you know it, the game's over. I don't know, I just remember the game being so much more difficult as I was a kid, and the reputation of the game is so much more difficult than it probably actually is. So with just a little bit of practice, I think I might have practiced for about an hour before I did this run. Once you memorize and get the hang of the levels, it's really not that bad. So once you get to this part, you can consider yourself a hero.